I thought I would never come back to Thailand. There was a moment that I needed to come back because of the economy, because my parents couldn't support anymore. It was in Tom Yam Goong. I think it was in 1999.
Were you in the industry? Like, what was going on in the makeup artist industry in France during the 90s?
It was still a little bit of the taboo kind of job. It's not like you walking to Manpower and then you're going to send them the CV, yes?
Welcome to Fruiting Body Podcast with your host, Brendan. Today we have an absolute legend of a guest. This is Luna, the hair colorist. Now, that's not all she's known for. That's just what she's doing in Phuket today. But this story is for anyone out there that wants to connect Thai culture and living abroad, living around the world in places like you were in France since 1992. Just wait, don't worry, she's coming. Hold up. So we're really going to be focusing on her experiences living in Hawaii, living in France, and connecting that Thai culture back home and what's brought her back to her home country. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to let you know who are we. Who are these lunatics on the island of Phuket doing a mushroom podcast on Surin Beach? We are Fruiting Body Podcast, and we have Fruiting Body mushrooms. That's why we created it. We created it for you. The best mushroom supplements in the entire world, not just Thailand. So let's get this podcast started. Without further ado, Luna.
Hi, hello,
Hey,
Brandon.
how are you? First, thanks a lot for joining us.
Pleasure.
You're in Cherntalay now.
Yes, I live in Changtalay. A little bit further. It's like
Talang?
it's called Pakong Sheep. It's near in between Changtalay and the airport.
Ah, okay. Is it like Naithon or like?
Just past a little bit, just 10 minutes
10 minutes
before
past
getting
that.
to the airport. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love that.
On that side.
We're looking to move out there. I used to live at like Bangzhou,
Yeah.
and then you go out and the back roads
Yeah.
towards the airport. That's kind of where you're
Ah,
at.
yeah. No, I'm going a little bit further.
Oh, even further.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Well, I want to jump right into it. You were born in Thailand. Now,
Yes.
were you raised here? Because you said you spent a lot of your time in France. Can you tell
Yeah.
us your story of living abroad for a long period of time as a Thai woman?
Sure. I was born here. My mom is Hawaiian Japanese, and so partial of my childhood I spent in Maui in Hawaii, and then I came back here when I was 10, and then about 15, 16 I started to go to Paris, to France.
Your father is Thai, or?
My father is Japanese, but he's migrated in Thailand, so he's Thai practically.
What were they doing in Thailand at that point in time? Like why were you born in Thailand? They were working here, or what were they doing?
Yeah, they do work here, and this is like back in the 70s. Yeah, so he came to Thailand when he was 15, approximately something like that, and he doesn't. And then he met my mom later on in Hawaii.
And was he when you? So you were born in Thailand.
I was born in Thailand.
When he was
born in Bangkok.
He was born in Bangkok. What type of work was he doing back then?
He do geography.
Oh,
yeah. So he measured the land and work for the government.
Working for the Thai government.
Yes.
Okay, so he would have came over. I know I don't want to make it all about him, but he came over when he was 15. It's a very interesting story. He's from
which is long time ago before I was born.
Yeah. But I mean, 15 years old, coming from Japan, to come work for the government of Thailand. How does that?
No. Well, I mean, it's like he grew up here. It's just like me grew up in France.
Okay.
And,
Interesting. Now you moved to Hawaii with your mother. Sorry, I'll just with the mic, just tilt it. I'll show you which way. That way.
That way.
Just you can even tilt the mic this way like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Growing up in Hawaii, you left Thailand, you moved to Hawaii. What was the whole reason behind that?
The whole reason, nothing. Just like mom just want to go back to Hawaii and sort out things to come back to live here permanently.
And when you're making that transition to Hawaii, I'm assuming living in Thailand, what were you speaking at home? Japanese, Thai, or what was your native, like the most spoken language you're using up until that point when you moved?
We have both, like Thai and English, because at that time mom still, not really good in Thai, but my dad speak Thai really well.
Was it a difficult transition as a kid? I mean, you're going halfway across the world. I mean, on an airplane and adapting to a new environment.
No, I want it.
You wanted. Why?
I have started to love creativities when I was young, and then some of my sensei in Japanese, we call sensei the teacher. I mean, my gurus, makeup artist, a top Thai makeup artist. So he's also studied in France, and when I worked with him, I found it fascinating that he can speak with international models in French, in English, so which is make a difference. At that time, you have to go back to early 90s, makeup artist is something that privilege in Thailand is not many. So I got the inspiration from him. So I said, I want to go to learn French, and then I also study in high school French. So I want to go to France.
You connected first in Hawaii before making that decision to move to France?
When I was in Hawaii, I was just a young girl, so nothing really. And back in that time, Hawaii, in Maui, in Lahaina, it has nothing, just the sea and the sun, and growing up through the 80s is a plastic time. It's like everything McDonald's, and we want to play with Barbies, and in Hawaii has nothing. So I was pretty good, like happy to come back to Thailand. But then I found Thai culture is a little bit different from, what I grew up from. So why not go to another town?
So you went to France, you're studying, and you're getting into becoming a makeup artist. Were you going to university, or were you kind of an apprentice?
I went to France, and first I have to study the language for multiple years. So in between these 3 years, I'm in between Thai school and French school, and then trying to keep up with the language, because there's the part that you have to use, read and write and everything. So in that time, I have already started to do the makeup accidentally, because I love the packaging and things like that. So every month that I got money, so I collect them piece by piece, but the high-end ones like Dior, Clarins, everything like that. So one day someone has actually asked me to do the makeup, and I gather my thing together, and boom, I have the box. So I started to do the makeup, and I liked it. So I asked my mom that I want to pursue in makeup.
And did this at what age were you kind of getting into this?
15, 16,
and
14,
was it
around
like a
that.
career option, or this was going to become, a possibility for you, or what was the plan?
No, first you have to got I didn't even know there is a career of makeup artist. So I just want to paint. I just love arts, and then I love those makeup packaging, and grew up like I believe I was genuinely believe that those makeup can make me prettier, because I wasn't fit in the stereotype of Thai beauties. So I love to do that. And then I realized that I could actually make a living out of it. But then my parents doesn't want me to just stop and doing the makeup, so they just want me to graduate. And
Was it difficult, you're coming from this like Japanese background, living in Thailand, moving to Hawaii. Was it difficult for you to integrate into these other societies, especially maybe even in France, where it's predominantly like Caucasian and white, especially at that time?
In France, at that time, nobody speak English. If you start to speak English, people would just turn back to you like,
Was it that they just...
Because that French and English doesn't want to be, so they're super proud of each other. So
you're forced to use your French, and
definitely.
How long did that take to kind of...
I started with my French family, and not that she doesn't understand English, but she does, but she never ever one word with me. And then she's just forced me to speak French all the time.
Well, I guess that's good pressure as well because you're forced to use it, and
Definitely.
otherwise I lived in China for 7 years, and with
Oh,
these languages that you need to be in an environment
yeah.
where
You
they
need to
don't
want
use.
it to.
Yeah, here it's very difficult to learn Thai. I've been here 7 years, and I would say my Thai is like a 2 out of 10, but my Chinese is like a 5 or 6. And it's not that I don't want to learn Thai. It's just, it's very difficult to use here because you go to the 7-Eleven, you use their Thai, they use their English.
It's the alphabet thing as well,
That's
no?
very
It's make
difficult.
you not be able to, oh, what is this like?
Yeah, and Chinese, you're learning to write characters. It's not so much the written part; it's the vocabulary part, and it's very difficult to practice here. I mean, in Thailand, even the taxi driver can speak a little bit of English. In China, if you don't
No.
speak Chinese, you can't even take a taxi. Well, this
Really?
was 7 years ago.
Oh.
Because they banned Facebook, they banned Google
Oh,
Maps.
it's-
So like a lot of the times if you didn't, and you couldn't use their Chinese apps for maps because it's very difficult to read. So you were kind of forced to like know the city and be like, go left, go right, turn here. And if you can't do that in Chinese,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah, you have to put the extra effort to leave.
Did you have a similar experience in France when you were trying to learn the language? Because I'm assuming, like you're saying, they didn't really want to lean into the English at all.
Oh, well, I mean, it's like back at that time, it's really you have to because no one is, and they say you're young and they didn't even give importance to you. So, because they don't have to connect with you and whatsoever. So even though you tried with the wrong accent, they would go like, pardon? Huh? So, you really have to, but it helps a lot when I live with a French family, and also my auntie was there. That was the reason why my parents allow me to go but I didn't live with my auntie because she know that I'm going to just only speak English with her, or because she doesn't speak Thai. So, so I forced to be with the French family from the school that they have, managed for me. So I have no choice.
What age was that from?
15, something like that.
And for a few years, or you're there for a while?
I've been there. Ended up. I thought I would never come back to Thailand because I'm really into the fashion and everything. So there was a moment that I needed to come back because of the economy. Because my parents couldn't support anymore. It was in Tom Yam Goong time. I think it was in 1999. But in between time, I came back every year, twice a year, something like that.
In France, as you're kind of getting into your 20s, what were you doing at this point? Like, were you in the industry? Like, what was going on in the makeup artist industry in France during the 90s?
It was still a little bit of the taboo kind of job. It's not like you walking to Manpower and then you're going to send them the CV. Yeah? So first I have to collect everything, portfolio. So I need to have a proper, and also it's really expensive to buy one beautiful portfolio that the agent would not throwing it away. So I collect my time working in the restaurant to survive, and then also go to school, and then also do everything. And then later on I went to the makeup school. I wanted, at that time, I wanted to shift a little bit to Hollywood because I was more because I can do beautiful makeup really well. So I wanted to do special effects. So I shift my interest to US for a moment, but I didn't really want to have a US life. So I'm kind of like in between. But then the fashion is another thing that you can express, not just the beautiful makeup. So you can do whatever the photographer said. Okay, I want this pale skin, cocooning matte with nothing shiny, or I want an absolute shine like she's sweating. But back then, sweating is not the option because everything is matte, matte, matte. So it's a little bit of challenge. That's another thing that I can say, oh, what if I don't have to go to US? Because the course is so expensive. So I started to do a makeup school in France instead of going to the US. And I started my career, and in school I have, in between times, so when I come back to Thailand, I have a lot of Thai friends that in the high fashion in Thailand. And I have done a lot of magazine in Thailand that back then was the top, like Dishan magazine, Lips magazine or something on those range. And I've known all the top notch of Thai fashions. And when I go back to France, so I started to be serious with what I do because I really want to be a makeup artist. But in France, if you don't, people would understood that being a makeup artist is being working in the salon, yeah. But no, you have only one way: is you have to get an agent. And the agent, every time you call them, they will say, "Do you have a book?" I say, yes, I do have a book. Don't open yet. Have you done any celebrity? No. If you didn't give me a job, how could I so? Well, maybe you done the cover magazine or something, and you can come back to see us. It's really tough. Yeah, meanwhile, working in the cafe, in the restaurant, in Montmartre, and just to have extra money to buy products. Back then, it's all about the products. It's not like nowadays that every option you have, every tone, every brand. Oh my God, it's make makeup so much easier. Back then, let's say you want to make your skin shine. It's not many products. You have to go to certain specific, and you have to buy your own thing. So, which is very expensive.
So you're using your own makeup on these artists and then charging them for your fees. But if you don't have your
Yeah.
own toolkit,
No, you can't.
yeah,
No, it's
interesting.
just like you are electrician that you can go and jump into someone box because it's the same tools, yeah. In makeup, you have a proper thing that some foundation that you love to use it because you got a hand on it and you got used to it. You can manage them really well to look like a skin because in France, it's absolutely different from the US. No one's want to see the textures of foundation. So in France, it had to be subtle ever.
So many artists, whether they're involved in painting or design, they kind of find their special tools and their special style.
Yeah, definitely.
In the makeup world, because obviously I'm not going to understand that as well as others that could be watching this for the genre. Did you have a certain style that was you?
Yeah, I do have my style. So after that, I collect many things. You have to work for free. Those like a lot of people goes like go to this agency, and then when they have a new models that they will pair you up with absolutely free. Not, and then being a fashion makeup artist, you have this huge luggage of I don't know how many liters, like 40 liters, like of the luggage that you have to bring in to the subway, and then it's a big job. So I have been paired up with some of the photographer that also knew that in exchange you come for free, and then they give you the photos to match your books, and then
To help build the
to
portfolio.
help build a portfolio. It's communities, and I've met a lot of great stylists. Some of the big stylists are still doing a test. We call it the test chart. So I have loads of test chart, but sometimes when you gather into the book, it's not pretty enough. So you're gonna have to run and do it again. I spend my time until my 25, I think,
How many years you were doing that for many?
from 16 to 25.
Before you can actually start to get paid for this.
No, not even there yet. Before I get to be interested, because they see your face all the time. Whenever they call you, you said yes, yes, yes. No matter you sick or you have to go, you have to say yes. So they got used to you. the bookers got used to you, and then whenever the big makeup artist needs assistant, then you can say, "Oh, try Luna." She'll, and some people have to say, I didn't do any assisting. I only lay out what they need to, which in the big 2 bags, and but lucky I love products. Remember, I said I love all the products, so I know every product. So whenever she said, "Oh, today I want to use the Stéphane Marais," so I know which one is Stéphane Marais, so I pull it out. So I have been beloved of many people, a big artist, and then sometimes you don't even have to stay in this on the set. They just send you to pay the bills, pay
Like an
their
assistant,
bills
yeah.
like an assistant. You come back, they're already done. But anyway, I've always been enjoyed it.
How were you able to survive if you're not making money from this career? Are you working another
Working
job?
in a restaurant
Working in a restaurant.
until 2:00. in the
Maybe
morning.
similar to like an actor trying to find an acting job.
Yeah, the same
lifestyle.
the same world.
Is
exactly the same world.
Is it difficult? Is there days where you want to give up?
Oh, multiple countlessly. Yeah, but I really liked to do it. So that's one passion that it's bring me back to the plate all the time.
What was your breakthrough moment where things all changed?
When I was 35, when I have already done a proper job, a lot of interesting job, a lot of celebrities, and I realized that at that time I had my boyfriend. He never liked my job because it's up and down. Some months Luna is not here. Some months I'm in the movies. I have disappeared. Like I only come on the weekend. I have to tell him like I'm not here. So do whatever you want, but I want to go to my room because movies is something it's drain you out. And then when we broke up, I said, yeah, I wanted to be makeup artist like that because every time I have to, when the agent call, I have to set up my bag appropriately to the job that I'm going to. Or if I do celebrity, there will be like a request for a certain products that she can't use. It's my big room of makeup is the mess, and I never want to, take time to ring it all up, clean it, separate them, separate brands. So I kind of like fade up with when I moved to Barcelona though. The agent wasn't that good because of the system. You don't have to sign the contract. Sometimes they pay. Sometimes 6 months later they didn't even pay you and they disappeared. So yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, okay. The one thing I haven't told you, and all the makeup artists, maybe at not this time anymore though. I have to. The job would pay you 3 months later. That's mean you're working today. In 3 months, you get paid.
Is it still like that today?
I don't know. I don't know because I have stopped doing the makeup for not stopped, but in fashion. 15 years now.
And you say so. You're working with celebrities. Is it European celebrities? Is it well-known celebrities?
Yeah, tons of Well, this is nothing that fancy. Yeah? So when they call you, when the agent called, you get a phone call and then they will say specific job. Oh, you have to go to Milano for Fashion Week, 3 days. The flight's leaving, blah, blah, blah. Back then, we don't have the smartphones. So we only have the Nokia with the green screen. So we don't have anything. We have to written down. And then so we go, and then sometimes we met a celebrity that we didn't know, the agency didn't know, and it's just because the organization on that end have called the agency, and then yeah. So I have been involved with loads of
Have there ever been like a very diva, difficult celebrity you're working with where it was a bit too much?
it's
Like, how do they treat you? How do they treat you when you're
Sorry.
doing the makeup? Do they?
They don't treat you anything. It's just like you. Example, you are a celebrity, and you call me for the makeup today. Yeah.
Well, thank
so,
you. Yeah.
So you tell me the specific thing that I have to bring, and that's it. Because they would assume that you are a professional because they call the agent. Like once I have been called for a celebrity from USA for 4 days, and they can't tell you yet. You don't know who it is. They called me in and said, Luna, a big job, celebrity, a big director for the music video, 4 days. And I said, who is it? And we don't know, but it's a guy. But you not only, you don't make up him, yeah, because he has his makeup artist. But the whole video, you are the key makeup artist. That's it. I go ballistic. I did the shopping and I have to go home and then clean up my room. Everything's ready to use. I don't have time to, shitty this job out. It's like I have to, my brushes are clean and shiny and, everything. It takes time. And then when I got there in the morning, I didn't even know who it was. And I got a call sheet. It said Miguel Angel. I said, that's not from US. That is like Spanish name. Until I met the main leader, female, which is Elena Anaya, big actress from Spain. And then, I don't know, can I say the name?
Yeah,
the celebrity?
yeah. Don't worry, we're not that big.
And then I did Elena done the way directors want. I came out, I sit on the set. Here, Justin Timberlake walked down. And I said, oh, okay. But the reason they couldn't tell you because at that time he was really hot and all the paparazzi would follow. So we're not allowed to have any phone. Back then still, the phones can take the photo, but it's not as a smartphone at this time, yeah.
And they don't want you, being
They
able to
don't
spread the
use
word to the
just
paparazzi.
exactly.
Which makes sense.
Because at that time he has, paparazzi's eye had an eye on him.
They're trying
So
to...
yeah, 4 days. My caravan car is next to his. That I couldn't have my phone because every time you walk in, I have to drop the phone.
Really? And I guess that's more coming from his management.
So come back to what you asked me, like, are they bitchy or... it depends. It's like you call me today. If you mistreated me, I might be bitchy to you. It depends on the production house, or they're happy to be there or they were not happy to be there. But most likely, no. Makeup artist is someone very personal. And I'm pretty easygoing and talk to everyone,
Well, I'm assuming like makeup artists, when you're doing special effects, like at that level, now you're working with celebrities and maybe it's music videos. Sometimes you might be doing makeup on an artist for 2 hours, 3 hours, longer.
Oh, sometimes, yeah, longer. Sometimes we became friends.
Right. So that...
Because they're not allowed to get out from the caravans, whatever they want. Luna, can you get me? I'm just very close person. Hair, makeup, dress, wardrobe.
Is it similar to meeting someone on a vacation, the relationship? Meaning you're with them for that period of time, maybe of 8 hours. Like if you were to go to Koh Phi Phi or Koh Lanta and you meet someone for that 7 hours.
That exact. What do you mean? Like meet someone for 7 hours?
Well, let's say I go to Koh Lanta and I go to a beach bar and you meet someone there and you have drinks for 3 or 4 hours and that's it and you never see them again. That type of relationship.
Yes and no. Because like example, Justin Timberlake, he doesn't live in Barcelona, so I never seen him again. But Elena Anaya, I seen her because she lives in Spain, so multiple times that I saw her. Like example, there was a model, Mateo. He's he's kind of like a model for Prada, but he never understood that he's a model. And but it's not. It's only in the fashion world. And I met him in Koh Phangan. Like, and then another one, I met him. I did his hair for Louis Vuitton fashion show in Paris or in Barcelona. I don't remember. And then I met him in Koh Phangan. He's just on the bike, and then he's like, Luna, and I goes like, yeah. Do you remember me? No, I don't. But then I started to remember, and when he explained. So it's just a normal, like you and me. Let's say you are an actor, and then you do your job. Yeah, you're acting, and I take care of your grooming. I do your hair, and then I've never seen you for 3 years. But when let's say I met you in Phuket, I would say, "Hey, Brandon, how are you?" And then it's like, yeah, of course. If you spend time, like especially in the movies.
Yeah, and it's
Movies,
different environments. Like you might remember if you're in the same environment, but somewhere else you're like, the brain can't connect. What are you doing here?
Movies all day long. Like I did one movies with Army Hammer. Army Hammer is played the Facebook movies, like the twins.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, like Winklevoss. Yeah.
So I did the movie with him. Like I see him every day. I have to paint him the tattoo here. For 1 month. Yeah, we Amber Tamlin, we are friends. Like on the weekend when we don't work, it's like, Amber, let's go to this restaurant. Some kind of,
Yeah, because I think it has to have that intimate experience. The person's doing the makeup. You probably, you can't just sit there in silence for 4 or 5 hours, right?
No. We talk about everything. We talk about everyone's in. That's why, you have seen makeup artist married electrician guy, because we are the first job of everything. Let's say if the director said he wanted you to start shooting at 8, that means 5 o'clock we are here. So prepare everything, electrician set up.
You guys are the first there.
So we are the first and we are the last.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
At which point did you start to begin to think about moving back to Thailand? Because you're here now. You said you've been here since about 2020. That's when you connected with Joey?
Something. When I met Joey, I just came back like 1 year ago. I didn't want to come back. After Paris, working in fashion, my boyfriend at that time, we both wanted to go to somewhere that sunshine. So we were saying that in Nice, but in Nice I don't have fashion job. And then he got a job in Barcelona, so I went to Barcelona with him. And we stayed there for 5-6 years. He's in the IT, in the fashion. In Barcelona, we have the fashion agency. So this is when I shine. I made a lot of work, Natalie Portman, Scarlett Johansson. I've been called for Harrison Ford once, but it has been canceled. But I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? So after that, I wanted to stop fashion. When I broke up with Jerome, I wanted to be more stable. I don't want to bring luggage to anywhere anymore. I don't want to, and then I got an assistant called James. James said that if I will be a colorist, his boyfriend in Australia would be gladly take you. So I was like, oh yeah, okay. Well, I want to leave Europe. So that's when I moved to Australia after and became a full-time colorist and hairdresser.
And is this more where your English accent's coming from?
Oh yeah, do I have Aussie accent?
Well, I think when you're living around the world, the accents just get all messed up, right?
Yeah, you use the different words, yeah.
Yeah, you start to change. I just had a Canadian guy on the podcast, so like when we were talking, I feel my accent comes out, and then when you change, it changes all the time.
I remember when I was in Australia and I said no, and my mom was like, "Why you said no? You said home." I was like, Yeah, well, it's automatically, yeah, you absorbed.
Yeah, you kind of fall into that environment. And
Mm,
even if I go back home, I start to use words like, usually in Canada, we'll say
yeah,
like bud or buddy.
yeah,
But then
buddy.
now I'll just start using words like mate.
Yes.
And they'll, people back home, why are you saying mate? I'm like, I don't know. I like, because you get English friends. And at first, they'll look at you and be like, they think you're doing an act.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
Where'd you get this word mate? I'm like, to be honest, like, I'm not even consciously thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all right, whatever, mate.
Yeah, you
Like,
absorb it by time. Yeah.
you absorb it by time and then it comes out naturally. But when you go back home, people are like, what the hell
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
talking about?
definitely.
Because you're not talking like them anymore.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah.
So-
Sunnies,
Yeah.
bays.
I lived in the Gold Coast for a year,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's not a long enough time to pick up, like, it's still
Good day,
fun.
mate.
Yeah, I would never say thongs.
Thongs.
No, I would never say this. I wasn't there long enough. How long were you in Australia?
Oh, 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have started, I left fashion. Well, in Barcelona, I started to, James was my assistant, remember? He was plugged me in with the salon that he was working. And then Murad, which is a French Moroccan guy, the boss, have seen me shine. But so he had me because he know that I did Vogue magazine. All the whole salon is a precious artist. So yeah, super busy. I went in there in terms of I have to help the colorist, and I thought I know thing, and oh my god, they just pushed me down to the floor, under the floor even. But I was a makeup artist. This is one thing that I stand out. No one can push me down because I know more than you. I have all the portfolios I needed to work with all celebrities. But then have started to do the colors, and then I start to realize that oh, this is not what it seems. It's not easy because you play with the chemical and biological thing that's actually unstable. You know, one day you can come and apply the same thing, and it might be different because you went to the beach, you've been the sun bleach, and your hair is pores and everything. So I started to be a very, very good colorist, and I bend my head down. I put my pride on everything that I've worked for on down, and I became a super assistant. Laya loved me until she gave me everything, like everything she knows, and I also absorbed it, what she do, yeah, because working in the Le Salon is a top 10 of Barcelona, and and it's fully booked every day, every single little bit. You have none of your time to make a mistake. Everything that I did, like I did Brandon today, this color, I written down everything on the card. So when you, and it's rotated clients, before they leave, they booked. And there's no gap that no one else would come in. But you also have, it's precious that you can't make a mistake, because if you make one, they will have to go do the color, even though they do the root. If they're dry and then they have one graze here, you fuck up everyone, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you have to send to cutter, and then when they blow dry, you don't even have to imagine. And then, yeah, I always have been working in high pressure job, everything on set and everything you have to be done on time. So I'm pretty on time. And when I went to Australia, I shine again. I started to do 1950s hair, which is like a Greta Garbo, a Marilyn Monroe look, and then it has become a fashion. It was on the Lana Del Rey is the singer. That's what she has, the vintage look on. Yeah, that's what I. Oh my god! Now in Australia, everyone was just like, yeah, booking with Luna. Until one day I walked past the counter and they said, one of my friends wanna come to do hair. Can I give the number that they can call you? I said, Luna, you don't have any booking until 2 months.
Just fully booked.
just fully booked.
Is this in Sydney?
This in Melbourne.
Melbourne.
I went to Melbourne.
And this is kind of a high profile salon.
Yeah. It's top 10 again.
So are you doing styling, cutting, and coloring, or just coloring?
I do the color, and as I was in fashion, I did the prepping and styling really well. Updos and everything. So I already through my fashion work because I've been working with many. Sometimes I do hair, sometimes I do makeup, sometimes I do both. And in Melbourne, they said, "You're great, everything, but I need you to be able to cut." And then I start to, go to school and learn cutting. With everything I have spent in my whole life, technique is come after I have a structured how you cut men's hair, how you do this, how you do that, layers. And then when you touch the hair and then you start to remember, I've seen this before. They do this and to get the feather effect. And then it goes on.
And as you're doing this in Australia, I mean, in Thailand, most of it, I'm assuming, for like stylists, colorists, and makeup, it's weddings here. Is that what has driven you here, or what actually drove you to come back to Thailand and start this business, continue in this business?
No, I told you I never want to come back here because I don't think I fit in. My mentality, I'm a super French girl. I thought, to be straightforward, rude, and everything that I could be, like, whatever people perceive with French people. But I came back here because of age. I started getting old. I stopped going out. I started cooking. Love plan is all, like 40 up people doing. You shift your interest into something else. And then you said, why would I be here? I have my own house. I don't have to pay rent. I have never lived with my mom my whole life. And she's old now. I only have mom left. And so just quickly decision.
Fast decision. You're talking months or weeks?
6 months.
6 months.
Over 6 months when I have to renew my visa. And that made me thought like, yeah.
And now you're leaving these high pressure environments that you've been in 20, 30 years and coming to a place like Phuket. There's no...
Same thing. I can't even seem to leave these kind of job that have a lot of stress and times management and everything artistic all together in one pot. I until I said to myself that, hang on. When I came back here, I got a big job as a director. I have to build the Japanese salon in Bangkok and be a director. And I've been director for 7-8 years since I went to Australia. Yeah, so director in the salon seemed not familiar to Thai people, but in the salon, you have to have an art director. It's a big proper salon, yeah, because to create the look of the year or you do the photo shoot, my thing, no, and find a product. Again, it's my thing. So I've made to be a director. I don't go on floor anymore. I don't cut hair. I'm just training the people in the salon to be uptrend, to find the artists from this brand to train them and. Sometime to do the plaits and all the hairdressers look at me like, Luna, why I have to come on Sunday to do a plait, which I already know how to do it. But trust me, this once they do it, it's like you pull out the drawer and said, hey, you can do this, you can use it. And then I see more people doing plait, which is they already forgot to do so, so uptrend them a little bit. And I decided to come back home because I don't even know if I can call here home because I definitely not my lifestyle. I love to, after work, I go with friends to dinner and then drink beautiful wines. I grew up in France. I love wines. And here...
It's a very simple life now.
It's just super simple, super spicy thing that you don't drink with wines and... Too hot to drink wine. I love red wines and those kind of things. But I think age, just oh, you want to be a little bit lower profile.
But you're living with your mother at this house now?
Yeah, I came back and I stayed at the house where I grew up, and mom is in the different soy. I just make communicators go and see her whenever I want, and then she passed away after 8 months, something like that. So I think my life have a gap or a schedule that they already prepared for me, with the time. It's just one thing that I didn't know is time-wise. That when you get older, that jazz, you want to stop. And then it's like I always wanted to be makeup artist until my 60s, but I have stopped it. Because I think that's what unknown for me, that age can actually manage you, even though you have a driven, high passion, everything.
Is it energy levels slow down?
Oh God, yes. Oh God, low.
So you're a colorist now, and you've connected with Joey. So clearly, you're still keeping the business going. What are you doing now?
This is the thing that when I met Joey, I had a hotel in Qatar because I am overloaded with this job. I don't want to be a hairdresser anymore. I want to have a beautiful hotel. So I had my little hotels of 15 rooms in Qatar, and my best friend is the interior designer that work in Dubai. He from Barcelona. So he always told me that do something in Thailand and stay in Thailand for once. I want to do something with you in Thailand. So I found these 15 rooms small, and then I made a boutique hotel. This is when I met Joey. So Joey came to my hotel through Gary. I think you know Gary. So and then we have a beautiful kitchen. So we do something, and that's when.
Is it still open?
No. After my hotels, it's lovely beige and black, super stylish. And after 5 months, COVID hit. And then I found someone that's looking for a director for a hair salon in Blue Tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I came, and then it started right away, which is a Mura salon. And then I realized that, oh my God, I always thought that the salons here are high standard. There should be many. There should be plenty, okay? So whatever brand that you're looking for, there should have been some of them, at least twice per brand, or no.
Not in Phuket, or just not in Thailand?
Not in Phuket.
Okay.
Not in Phuket. So every head I looked, and then I was like, I need to fix this. And then I've been doing Muras for 2.5 years, and it's become one of the...
This is the name of the location?
Yeah, Mura.
Mura.
It was in the Blue Tree.
Okay.
And then moved to Banwana, next to... near the Soy restaurant.
Yes, okay.
Next to Nitan.
Yes, actually, Chef Noi's coming on the podcast. You know Chef Noi?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, it's the best restaurant.
Phuket is small,
Sway is, in terms of quality, there's nothing better than Sway. I mean, in this area.
He knows what he do.
I even like to go to the other Sway at Porto. They have some nice stuff. But
the thing, I only have been to Daily Dose.
Daily Dose is good too. Yeah. No, it's good. It's hard. See, the problem with it's not a problem with Thailand. It's a problem with Phuket. Bangkok's great. You have a million options. Phuket, like I love food. I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
It's almost Phuket's difficult. Now
so do I.
The problem is it's too seasonal in Phuket. So how can your kitchen stay up to date with produce?
Yeah.
It's very, and Chef Noi will come on in 2 weeks. I want to have that discussion with him and be like, how can the consistency and his quality, it never changes.
Yeah.
That must be very difficult to do when you get these low seasons. So how do you do it? Because I love to go to, have you ever heard of El Mercado in Bangkok? It's kind of like a deli where you go in and you pick all your
Where
cheese.
is it?
It's got to be in Sukhumvit area, but it's El Mercado. It's kind of like
El Mercado.
yes,
El Mercado.
yeah. You pick like your deli and you
Yeah.
pick all your
Yeah, been
cheeses,
there.
thousands.
Yeah.
I wish we had something like this. Phuket is just kind of the same
Well,
thing.
darling, I would be happy if they have Foodland. Already, 24 hours. It's not just like we are. This is when I realized we are so limited, which is from the outsider. Let's say I'm the outsider. It's like everyone knows Phuket, but everyone thought that Phuket has 1,000 choices of everything. Yeah, you want a French restaurant, you have 1,000 French restaurant, but it's not true, and especially in what I really don't like, in one area, you're going to have a massage, nail massage, nail massage. And are they different? They are not. They are using the same or worse and products. They just need to hook up the high season and do the job and send it out without any quality or yeah, that's just when I now have my own salon, which is called the Colorist. The Colourist is said because it's responsible to the expat here that looking for a stable colorist that every time they came in and said, you know them, what did you do with their hair last time? And then, would you want to be in the salon that you just sit and the hairdressers already know what to cut your hair. You don't have to say, I keep on the top, I cut on here, but not too much. You like it, right? When you sit and then, hey, how's going? From last time we did this, do you like it? Or it's another standard, which is, I don't even call myself the high end or anything. I just think I'm just standardized here. And I wish that we have all kind of this salon in every district.
Where is it located? Is it just you? Are you training a team?
Yeah, no, I decided to go just like my studio. Just like here, you come in by appointment. It's appointment only, and I track on everything that I did on you. Let's say if you want to go home, you don't want your colors to be different from your hometown hairdressers. I will tell you, find a salon that maybe use L'Oreal. I will write down the formula for them, what to do, and then so they come back, we don't have to restart again. That's the standardized kind of salon.
But how
Colorist.
can people find you? I mean, are you doing heavy marketing or is it a lot of word of mouth?
No, it's most likely word of mouth because heavily marketing. Let's say Brendan, sorry. Um, for cut your hair, it doesn't matter. But for the color, you have the trace of everything. And most likely my clients are 30, 40 ups, like working period of life. Yeah, so
The grays are beginning.
the grays are beginning. A lot of grays.
Okay, maybe I'll come in and do it. We'll do it before after.
No,
I'm joking.
you're good just like that. Yeah, so the salon, it worth them out, the friend of the friend. So when I moved out from Muras, everyone's already knew that my salon, where would it be? Because they love the product I use. They love that they don't have to say anything. Or when they go away, they can text me like, hey, I found the Aveda salon because I use Aveda, yeah, which is a very, very good products that so hard to be a partner in Thailand. So everyone just love it. So I said, if you can't find Aveda, I will tell you, what do you find? Oh, okay, they use L'Oreal. Okay, I will match the formula. So at least when they come back, they're not, we don't have to redone everything.
How your clients are word of mouth. So Phuket's small. It spreads fast. Are you again being overwhelmed with people calling you, being quite booked?
I'm
Because after this
2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, not too bad, no.
after this podcast, there's a lot of people age, like women age 35 to 50, 60. I mean, if they see this, I mean, now the next thing you know, you're opening another salon, you're hiring. Like, Could you take on that extra work, or are you happy what you're doing now?
I'm happy with my people that I have now, but also yes, I still have time to explore any others if they want to be consistency. A lot of my clients also come from Joey's side, like from Rawai, and then every time if I don't match their time, so I feel bad because it's 40 minutes drive,
Yeah.
and I have a clients from here in this area, and then from the south as well.
Well, I would assume a big client up here would be the mothers of the children
Oh,
going to the
yes.
British International School.
Yes,
That'd be a
definitely.
massive and who knows? Maybe they don't want me showing this episode. They don't want to lose their time slots. They don't want you to get too busy. Do women do? And that's more of a, I have no idea. Do women do that? It's like finding, the best stylist, the best colorist, and you don't want to tell everyone because you don't want to lose your spot. Do they keep it a secret?
Not quite. I think they're pretty open for their friends to. But I do love when they recommend the friends though, because the friends already seen the work, so they sit in and they trusted you, and that make your workflow easier. And but I have to say, colorist is relationship. I don't know what you like. I don't know what you don't like. So you're gonna have to give me time for a few times, and express yourself really well, and also what, express yourself really well doesn't really work. People always say what they don't want, as they want it. So I have to this is a photo. You want this? You want, So yeah, that's I think it's a relationship, and then when you trust me, you will say to your friend who has a problem, oh, I don't like these hairdressers, and go to see Luna or something like that.
Well, I think I'll recommend a few people I have on the top of my head,
you.
and I'm sure
Thank you.
it's Phuket. Like that's why you got to be very careful living in Phuket.
Yeah.
More on the politics. Everybody knows everything
Yeah.
about everyone, and it moves
Yeah.
fast, especially when you're an expat here. You seem like, obviously you explained you like that high pressure. You're constantly working, but I mean, do you ever see what's that point where you're like, okay, I don't want to do anything? Are you one to sit on the beach?
Yeah, stupid enough. When I was in Melbourne, I'm a free divers of Melbourne Free Divers PR. So as I told you, I do camera, I do underwater. I don't do it anymore because I don't have tools. And all my diver friends. So where to go in Phuket? I was like, to be honest,
There's nowhere to go here.
I haven't done any diving ever since I got here.
I have my free diver. I have IDA level 2. I did it in Kata.
Yeah.
But I did the 20 meter, and I'm like,
Really?
I'm like, oh, that's
Ida?
enough. But now where it's
no.
really good to go. Wait till the high season. Go to Surin Islands. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like free, because Samelian Islands are too deep for free diving. It's like 25 meter. I mean, I guess you could.
Yeah.
But Surin Islands is like 5 meter, and it's even more gorgeous.
But do you have any group? Because you certainly cannot go by yourself, or you need to have your buddy, and
If you go with a friend, but basically
they have to be able to save you though.
Well, it's not deep enough. I mean, yes, but I forget the name of the people out there. They're Thai, but they're not really Thai. They're just
So there is a group of the free divers here.
There's a group. Yeah, I had a free diver. I've had 2 free divers on the podcast that are friends. One's Tony Michelayev. He does free diving in PP, which is great. Another guy was Florian Dagori. I can't pronounce his name. He's very famous. He has the second longest breath hold in the world at 10 minutes. On like static apnea.
Oh, yeah, static
Apnea. So he's been on
How many minutes?
10. Static apnea. Number 2. I think the record he said is over 10 minutes.
That's loads.
Yeah, 10 minutes. I think my most is like 40 seconds. No.
Yeah.
No.
No, not 40.
No, I think
4 minutes.
4 minutes
Yeah,
most.
just like my
I do a lot of breath work in the morning,
Yeah.
Wim Hof,
Yeah.
and I can get up to about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
With Phuket in general, freediving, there's nowhere to go because it's a bit rough. Right here's not bad.
That's the thing. You have to go with someone that know the tide and.
It can be a bit, and there's not much to see.
And again,
in Phuket.
like work, like when you are entrepreneur, it's almost like you don't have that.
I have no
luxury.
time. Yeah, I talk to like friends here or friends back home, and they don't even understand. I'm like, what time do you get up? I'm like 4:35. They're like, when do you work till? I'm like, until I
Brendan,
die.
you started getting old, hey? You wake up at 4.
I get up at 4:35, but I go to bed at 9:30.
Same, yeah.
And then I'll work till I don't know until I fall asleep. But like I like it. Like I like what I'm doing, so it's okay. It's not too bad. I told her we do 40 minutes. We probably did an hour.
Oh,
it's
we
impossible.
did?
It's impossible. Yeah, it goes fast.
How many minutes
How
now?
long did we do? 1 hour? See? I've never done 40 minutes. Okay, we like to end the podcast on a personal level. Well, I just made that up right now just to confuse you. You'd be like, yeah, sure, that's what he does. You've talked a little bit about moving around and having boyfriends here and there. I mean, coming to Phuket, it can be quite difficult to find love. Do you see yourself like, getting into a deep relationship? Are you in one? Hey, if anyone's maybe we got guys out there watching right now.
God.
But how it's more a question like now in your life you're working and you're trying to stay busy, but how do you have plans in finding
I'm not
a
trying
partner?
to stay busy though. I'm
genuinely
busy.
Genuinely busy. Rephrasing that, but it's like, does this come into consideration your thoughts of companionship?
How can I say? I've lost interest
in men as a species.
No. I have been in a relationship in Australia and then on and off. That's what it's first I started to know in Australia. On and off. Huh? What is it? Because in France, basically, the type of romantic thing. Yeah, everyone want to be in a couple. In Australia, is on and off. So I kind of like I don't cope it really well on the on and off. So. And then more and more, when I started to be a director, I shift my interest into my work. And then, yes, I have dated someone, but I don't think of deep relationship, or I really want it. If it's gonna come, it's gonna come naturally. That's it. And I've lot of interest, really.
Keeping you busy and
keeping me, it's already busy, and I can't imagine myself. I used to not be able to sleep by myself because I never been single my whole life, and not even 2 months. I mean, I have lay out all the time, but now I love my bed, so I don't want to share with anyone else but my dog.
You get into this comfort zone as well.
Which is, I think, is bad though.
Yeah, it's I've kind of been the same on and off, but always with someone, and now we have something good. Yeah. If I told her on and off, I think she'll hear it and run up here.
On and off?
Yeah, right. No, I'm joking.
I'm not on and off.
No. No, it's. I think especially in a place like Phuket, because it can get quiet and it's.
Would you find anything in Phuket? I think everyone come with a couple.
I think most do, unless
they want a dark, tall, Thai, high cheekbones look.
Can you do that makeup?
I can do, but I can't actually make myself look like that every day is to impress someone. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like I'm not looking for it, but if I met someone and then that's easy to click, and then why not?
Yeah, especially in Phuket, it can be quite boring. I mean, I can't imagine. Most people I don't know aren't single, especially in this area. Maybe guys in Patong, but...
guys in Patong.
I never go there.
Well, no, same.
I don't know. It's nice up here. It's quiet. It's easy. You got the beach.
I think it's whatever is interests you. I don't find time enough. I wish one day could have 40 hours. Then I can sleep 10 hours, and then the rest I can just have to do this, have to do that. It's
a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wrap it up on that note. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut back to it's this big camera to you, and if you can just let everyone know if they want to reach out to you and have any questions or looking for some work, how can they connect to you?
Sure. If you're looking for a colorist or a makeup artist, you can go on Instagram. It's the.colorist, LOURS though, colorist dot Phuket. That's the Instagram, or easiest find Joey.
Yeah, I
As
think
she can. And yeah, on Facebook you can find me. Or my shop is the opposite of the Home Pro Thailand. So at the Peranakan Museum, at the little house at the front in the Chino Portuguese style, that's my atelier. So I work there, but it's on appointment only. When don't come if you don't have appointments, because we won't have time to do your hair.
yeah, and especially no guys just showing up there like that. Take your send a message first. Yeah, so we'll put all that information in the description below, so it's easy for people to find out.
Yep.
And yeah, thanks a lot for coming on. That ends another episode of the Fruiting Body podcast. We got our new set design. Oh, the tape's falling off. It's looking a bit better though. We just added this bookshelf. Okay, we're out. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Brendan.
See ya.